Before we welcome the new year, I think it is very important that we look back on the year we spent. In this video, we will be looking at 21 highlights that made the year 2021 a better place. We will be covering from vaccinations to electric vehicles and cheese. The second year of the pandemic has still got some high points. The pandemic did not miraculously disappear. When the clock struck 12 and marked the beginning of 2021, the COVID did not melt away and like a fatal princess's dress party. And alas, we were all forced to look down at another year of fear. The good news is we did it. We made it out of 2021 and just fine. And the bad news is, well, we all know something with Omicron. For a few moments, let us forget about what happened. And just for a moment, let us look back at all the good stuff that happened in the year 2021 that is worth a celebration. Our first highlight is more than 8.47 billion COVID-19 vaccinations were administered globally. Following that, we have scientists reveal that cheese isn't really bad for you. In Feb, when we were all forced to lock ourselves up in our houses and to just hope for the best and prepare for the worst, a scientist came out and told that cheese isn't really bad for us. Whereas there's almost no evidence that cheese causes weight gain, and in fact, there is evidence that it is neutral at its worst. So to everyone who control their cheese cravings only in order to lose weight, we have a music. Following that, we have the Great Resignation gave workers their lives back. In April alone, 2.7% of American workforce quit their jobs, setting a new record that was beaten again in August. While the employers must be weeping in their houses, saying, "Can I grab you for a minute?" emails and employees are reasserting their rights. Following that, we have drones help us get a handle on plastic pollution. Plastic pollution has been on Earth for a very long time, and now we got a temporary solution and we must also work upon it. Following that, we have a human mind was wirelessly connected to a computer. This is very much helpful and it's a breakthrough for paralyzed people, as a removal of cumbersome wires take this tech one step closer to being able to use at home. Following that, we have China eliminated malaria. In 1940s, China reported 30 million malaria cases annually, and in 2020 the country reported 4 consecutive years of zero indigenous cases, paving the way for WHO to declare it as a malaria-free nation in April 2021. In April, however, WHO launched another campaign to get rid of 25 more such countries of malaria by the year 2025. Following that, we have Donald Trump was banned from Twitter. And he was not banned when he was a president. He was actually banned when he was not a president and in the month of January. We have a music for Trump as well. Following that, Dutch bee hotels help bee population remain stable. Bees are actually very much helpful, not just for Earth, even for the human population, because their presence is very much important. And due to a lot of reasons, being radiations and many as such, the population of bee is gradually decreasing, whereas a hotel in Dutch is helping to regain the bee population and to make them stable, which is very much important. For those who do not know, if bees are eradicated or removed from Earth, all of the bees, not just few, the human population will soon become extinct. So this hotel is doing a very important thing for Earth. Following that, we have analysts built software that revolutionized the fight against child sexual abuse. A team at Internet Watch Foundation have a tireless job. It is they spend hours thriving through child sexual abuse, whereas the images and they categorize them down and help to track down offenders. They are now building a software that will help the agencies across the world. It'll it'll match the location and the pictures, and it'll categorize and prioritize the most serious images, and which helps it very easy to remove and to block the content and bring offenders to justice. Following it, we have NASA made oxygen on Earth. So what NASA did is Mars's carbon dioxide rich atmosphere has now become a oxygen atmosphere due to, again, NASA's contribution. And NASA had said that the move could pave the way for science fiction to become a science fact. And it is really interesting, and I am very much excited to be on Mars if I get a chance. Following it, we have virtual queues revolutionized waiting. Now, what they did is they allow us to wait in queues with a couple of taps on our fingers instead of our feet. Virtual queues have reduced the pain of associated with waiting and waiting and waiting in lines. At times it can get really annoying, and now we are so advanced that we don't even have to wait. Literally. Following it, we have world's first 3D printed school open its first 3D printed doors. And this happened in Malawi and in the month of July, where they used 3D printing technology to combat classroom shortfall in the country. So now this allows children to travel a shorter distance and to study in a better condition. All thanks to our 3D technology. A thought to be extinct orchid was found on a London roof. This orchid is believed to be very rare and was almost considered to be extinct, whereas this was found growing on top of an investment bank in London. And it is very uncanny that a very extinct flower is now on a roof of a investment bank. And Mr. Mike Waller, who is an ecologist and the author of Britain's Orchids, said that this is clear evidence that with patience and dedication, the most unlikely plants can become heavens for some of our rarest wildlife. Following it, we have the Met removed the Saclanium from its galleries. Following that, we have Argentinian capybaras reclaimed their habitat by force. In October, capybaras began reclaiming their neighborhood near Buenos Aires that was once their territory, but due to some unlikely reasons they had to relocate, and now they are reclaiming their habitat. Following it, we have Uber driver were granted workers' rights in the UK. This ruling will fundamentally record the gig economy and bring an end to rife exploitation of workers by means of algorithmic and contract trickery, said James Farr, the General Secretary of Cab Drivers and Courier Union. Following it, we have United flew the first passenger aircraft with 100% sustainable fuel. The fuel is said to burn up to 75% of clear petrol, of 75% cleaner than petroleum-based fuels. And there is some debate, obviously. Well, nonetheless, this is a vital moment for aviation industries. Following it, we have the Oscar had their most diverse year ever. Well, this includes the first Asian American ever nominated for the Best Actor. When the ceremony took when the ceremony took place, Chloe Zhao became the first woman of color to win the Best Director, while Woo became the first Korean actor to win an Oscar. Electric vehicles outsold diesel for the first time in Europe. Electric vehicles are the future and we need to believe it. The surge in the surge is believed to be driven by a fall in price, a wide range of vehicles, and petroleum shortage. A rise in the number of charging spots available might be the answer to the whole climate change thing. No, obviously, but it's smart to start. The Ever Given was freed from the Suez Canal. It's a sign of just how grim things got earlier this year that one of the most widely talked and joked about events was a container ship getting stuck in a Suez Canal for almost 6 days. Well, that happened. Following it, we have, and the last one in the list, renewable energy had a record year. When it comes to crisis, the world needs a bit of good news as it can get. In December, the IEA, it is International Energy Agency, revealed that 2021 was renewable energy's biggest ever, with roughly 290 gigawatts of renewable energy generation installed globally. Loads of lovely wind turbines and solar plants, despite the pandemic and the rising cost of raw material. Well, that was our 21 good things that happened in the year 2021. Now we understand a lot of bad things happened more than the good ones, but we need to focus on these because this had some really groundbreaking events as well. And let's hope that in 2022 we get more than 21 good newses and that we get rid of virus and let us all stay safe and stay healthy. And now back to the music again because it sounds really good. Thank you so much for watching Indo Nights, and we hope you keep following us and give us your 21 best things that happened in the year 2021 and some of your resolutions for 2022. We love to hear it from you as always. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.